update what happened today. People in our Telegram group chat were messaging and stuff, and they were all like, oh, like, what place are you picking for lunch? To the guy whose birthday it is. This one guy messaged, and he's all like, food today? But like, what kind of comment is that? Because the lunch is literally today, so of course. But yeah, and then another person said, yeah, like, what place did you pick? And then the guy still did not answer. So then I messaged, and then I'm like, Earth to, and then their name, question mark? And then he answered 2 minutes after my message, and he picked the place. Then the advanced projects girl updated the lunch invitation with the location, and yeah, and that was fine and all that stuff. And then me and her were gonna ride together, but then she's like, oh, do you want to give blah blah blah, a different guy in the chat. And I'm like, I mean, I guess I could. And then I thought that this other guy was gonna drive himself, so it was just gonna be the three of us. And then yeah, but then that guy's all like, oh, I want to ride, but then like I don't want to leave early and stuff. So yeah, so then I need to clean like the back of my car because I have like stuff in the back seat. So then, since that girl is friends with the guy that I thought was only taking a half-hour lunch, she didn't want to like leave him alone and stuff, like to drive by himself. So then she's like, oh, I'll drive with him. So then I drove with this other guy, the guy that said food. Yeah, and then I was gonna drive, but then he's like, we'll take my car. So I'm like, okay. So we took his car, and yeah. Then as we were driving and stuff, then the advanced projects girl called me, and she's like, I tried to call the guy whose birthday it is, but he didn't answer. But the place he picked, it's a 30-minute wait, so we have to pick like somewhere else. And then I was like, okay, let me try and call him, and then I'll call you back. So yeah, so I called him. So the car that we're driving, it's a convertible, so the top is down, so it's like really windy and stuff, you know. Yeah, so I'm like, I got the people on speaker and stuff, and so I call the guy whose birthday it's gonna be, and then he answers, and then I'm just like, oh wow, like he answered. But then I say like, hey, like it's Nikki. So the advanced projects girl called, and it's a 30-minute wait, so you got another place? And then he said the Habit, and then I was like, oh, like okay. And then the guy driving, I'm like, wait, do you know how to get there? And then he's like, no. And then the guy on the phone's all like, it's near Koja Kitchen. So then I'm like, okay, like I'll tell them on the other side. And yeah, the advanced projects girl and them. And then yeah, so then I'm like, okay, thanks, like yeah. So then we hang up, and then I go call that advanced projects girl again, and I'm like, oh, he said the Habit or Koja Kitchen. Yeah. So then she's like, okay. So then they go to Koja Kitchen, and then they order and stuff, and then we park and get to like the Habit, and then I'm like, we're all just thinking like, where are they? And it turns out they ordered at Koja because they thought Koja, which I thought Koja too. So yeah, the comms are not great. So we ate lunch and stuff, and then and it was we put 3 tables together. Then that guy that drove the advanced projects girl, his like timer went off, so then he had to leave. We all stayed and kept chatting and stuff, and then we left. And yeah, and then since that guy had drove the advanced projects girl, she needed a ride, but like since I was driving with the guy and his car is a 2-seater, we couldn't take her, unfortunately. So then she drove with the guy whose birthday it was, and then the guy who was driving me parked like super far, so not great. But yeah, and then we walked in the building and stuff, and then he's like, where are you going? And then I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to the advanced projects girl. And then he's like, okay. And then he followed, and then he came to talk to her too, and then it was just getting kind of awkward and stuff.